Today I'm going to try to explain value in horse racing. I still don't know why so many people are having such a hard time with this, even though it's talked about all the time. I keep trying to tell people that value is more of a personal thing. It's not based on the morning line. It's not based on what the morning lines of the program are saying. He's not even trying to pick the winner. He's trying to guess what the public will do. That's a complete different thing. The only way you really know value and can really define value is if you do kind of a odds breakdown every race. I always do them when I get in a losing streak. I used to do them all the time. I'm going to try to do them more coming up. They're just a little unwielding. They take a little bit more time, and I'm just lazy. But when you really think about it, making a value line or your own odds line is literally the definition of handicapping. Think about it. Assigning odds or probabilities to an event is handicapping. You know, we handicap these races, we break it down, we get our contenders in our head, but we don't make the final step, a lot of us. And I'm guilty of this too, of actually putting a percentage on it. I know a lot of times I say, oh, that horse feels like he has a 25% chance or he has an 18% chance. Really, if you don't spend the time and make sure you're making an odds line to 100% or maybe 120 like I do, you really don't know. You're just saying that, and sometimes you're not even realizing there's horses that you like and that are decent value, and you're just missing them. And I use this race for an example of building an odds line. That's going to be my next video. But I'm going to use the same race because it does help me, and I can keep both of these videos kind of where they make sense together. So value is always based on the percentage of what you're giving a horse to win. So good handicappers can completely disagree, and they will all the time. Profitable handicappers from race to race are disagreeing extremely with each other, and it doesn't make one better than the other. These results at the end of the year are all we care about. So I really suggest, and I'm going to try to make a better effort of breaking these races down. And in this race, I did put the percent of what I gave each horse. I got this totaling to 120%. And the odds next to it, if you guys don't know, odds and percent correlates with each other directly. So whenever you see 18%, you're actually saying a horse has a 92 chance to win a race, and vice versa. When you see a horse at 92, that odds board is saying that the horse has an 18% chance of winning that race. It's math. It's not really debated. And 9-2 is basically the break-even point. So right now what this odd is saying is, I thought that of 100 races, this horse would win 18 times. So if you bet this race 100 times, you would be invested $200. And I'm saying if you get $11 18 times, you're basically at the break-even point, 198. And that goes all the way down. Let's put that on the side. And you can check all of these. So if the 2's at 3-1, the break-even point after 100 races, so 3-1 pays $8 without breakage, times 25 is 200. Your break-even point. All the way down. 9-1 pays $20 without breakage. 20 times 10, $200. We don't need a calculator for that. 6 to 1 pays 14. 14 times 14. 14 times 2. Whoop. 14 times 14. Why did I do that? 14 times 14. 196, just, you know, close to the break even. You see 2 to 1 on the horse, you're saying the horse has a 33% chance to win. He'll win 33 times out of 100. 198. So, okay. So, you know, that's math. So value is, you kind of got to know, you kind of got to do your odds line to really know. So value is anything above the break-even point. The higher you are above the break-even point, so at 18%, the higher the odds are. So if the horse was at 5 to 1, he'd be a little bit profitable at that play after 100 races, but not as good as if he was 7 to 1, or not as good as if he was 20 to 1. So that's value in horse racing. It's very easy to see. It's very easy to calculate, and you should know. But you have to know the percent. You kind of got to have to know the where you think. And that's why you don't want to use the morning odds line guy, because he's using different factors that you may or may not believe in. You know, when you do it yourself, you're finding what you think is value. So if you're one of those guys that run around and look at the morning line and say, oh, he went off at a bigger price, that's just based on that dude's handicapping. You know, was it a good bet? You want your bets to be based on your handicapping. So in this race in particular, oh, and you don't have to figure this out every time. I got myself a little cheat sheet right here. That's what this is, my odds percentage chart. You can make one of these. The math is pretty simple. You know, I start from even money because I don't build an odds line. When I make an odds line, I don't give a horse any more than a 50% chance to win a race. So I don't do lower, but you could if you wanted to. So this is exactly, so when you see a horse is going off at 7 to 1, boom, he has a 12% chance to win that race. And this might help all of you big babies out there. Every time you see an even money horse lose a race and you want to cry foul and you want to be a big baby, when you see even money, all it's saying is the horse has a 50% chance to lose or to win that race. And it's also saying the horse has a 50% chance to lose that race. And when you consider the more horses you get in the race, the worse that kind of looks. Stop being a baby and running around crying every time you see an even money horse lose a race. I don't think we have any people that watch my show do that, but there's a lot of them out there in horse racing land. So, and then how do you use this? How do you use your value line to bet and everything, right? It makes handicapping so much easier, your decisions, and that's why my new goal is to do this more. For instance, this one horse went off that day. You guys seen this race. I wanted to use a race that was also on the stream. The one horse, I was getting almost 37 to 1 on him. He was offering extreme value based on what I seen what I thought his chances of winning. Yeah, that's kind of a key horse. I wish I would have did this the day of that race because he got beat by a head by the 5 horse. 5 horse went off at a little over 6 to 1. Until I did the morning line, I didn't realize that I had the 5 as the next best horse as my 4th choice in that race with a 14% chance to win that race. He was at the break-even point, but you know, the 36 to 1 at 9 or at 18% chance. If you seen this race like me, yeah, I probably could have backdoored that exacta pretty easily. The 3, was he a good play at I got him at 25% chance of winning the race. What did he go off? He went off at 4 to 1. So he wasn't a terrible bet. I put a little bit of money on him. I Dutched the 1 in the 2 there. So he was offering a little bit of value. And in the doubles, I used the 1, the 2, and the 7, if you guys remember. Was the 7 a decent play? It's really easy when you go and do your morning lines to see if you actually like the play. So the 7 that race went off at a little over 7-2, almost 4-1. So yeah, even he was a good bet. And why did every horse end up being a good bet that I liked there? I did not realize this at the time of the race. But the 6 they had at 5-2, I gave him a 10% chance to win a race. At 5-2, this horse would have been a complete freaking throwout. For me, the way that I seen the race. This is why I say it'll be different for everyone. You guys might not have seen this race the exact same way. Who was the other horse that was bet? I didn't realize this until I was really looking at this. The 4 was 3-1. I had the 4 at 10-1. And for you guys making ABCs, I don't know why ABCs ever took off. ABC wagers, when to me you guys should actually be putting a number. Because if you guys are playing pick sixes and that stuff, but you can kind of add up your math, right? I like him at 33-1. I like the 1 at 18-1. I like the 2 at 25%. I think I got right there. If I just use those 3, I think I got a 76% chance to win that race. Then you look at the 5. 5 would be the next choice. If you guys don't believe me, I had these 2. This at 5%, the 6 at 10%, the 4 at 10%. So he's my 4th choice. +1 4. I thought I would think I had a. Now I do my odds line to 120%, but when I look at a race and I add them up, it's 100%. So I'm thinking I got pretty much a 90% chance to win that race using those horses. And then you can take that from there and then do your ABCs. You know, maybe use a 7 because as an A, because I thought he had a 33% chance. 2-1 would have been a fair value. And if you, when you're doing the advanced wagering, like the pick 4s and that stuff, when, let's just say this wasn't the first leg of a pick 4 or something. I don't know if it was, but you know, you could use this to look at this, to do that. I think he has a 33% chance. Fair value is 2-1. The track guy has him at 6-1. Yeah, I think that could be an A right there. I like the 1 at 18-1. Fair value is 9-2. The track man has them at 12-1. Well, that sounds like that could be an A too. You could be a little bit more creative. I think he's at I got him at 25% chance to win a race. He's at 3-1. Trackman has him at 9-2. That's not as big of a gap as the other 2. I think I'll use them, but maybe I'll stick them as a B, or maybe you'll say 25%. I'll use them as a 1, but maybe won't sing them. You know, I think you could be a lot more creative than just going ABCs. You know, maybe that would get you off the eventual winner of this race, but we're not talking about any one particular race. I got him at 14%. He's 6-1. They got him at 5-1. The track man did a better job than me that race. He actually had the winner, but it's arguable. Because my big play was on the 1 at 38-1 that I thought an 18% chance to winning it. So it's still good. It's the foundation. Building these are actually the foundation, probably the better betting. I wish I would have realized that. I never even realized that 5 was really my 4th choice until I did the morning line. And I got him at 14% and him at 18%. But anyways, that's my thought. I think doing this will make you a better handicapper in the long run. I hope I did a good job explaining value. But anyways, my next video, check out my next video. It's going to be about how I make an odds line. So check out that video.